morning, fellow Ambazonians. Today, na Thursday, number 8 day for this month for June 2023. My name na Capo Daniel, una own countryman, Mr. No Connie Lukong. Una welcome to our daily podcast, a program where they bring una the truth, where they bring una meaningful information, fact-based analysis for help we as we work for this journey to our freedom, to the independence of Ambazonia. Fellow good people of Ambazonia, today we will start with way it happened for inside Big Babanki, where our Ambazonian defender them, they don't enter for inside palace, broke the statue for the fun way they call in a fun, Benjamin Vitsimbong. Because this fun, when a fund for Big Babanki, for Kijim Keko, for inside Tuba, he don't come out, he put out a letter, talk say me la Republique du Cameroon, then bring their military for inside a village, say me they can so-called in quote protect the people them from our brave hero the way they did for Babanki. This it come following the incident where some Takambung they be catch, they be arrest them as they try for march for protest against liberation tax. It being a high treason for join the enemy, for call the enemy, make it come for our land during a war period. Now, a very big crime where no person, where if he stand up for talk for public, similar Republican enter for inside Ambazonia for any village, that one no be a crime where they feel forgive them. And our soldier them, they don't ban, therefore, the Fon of Big Babanki for Kijinkeko, make it no come for village, they don't move his statue for inside palace, they don't broke him. That ban, it go stand, and that ban, it get my 100% support. No traditional ruler fi go against the wish of his own people them, because it's supposed for protect it picking them and for protect the aspiration for their people them. We know say for inside Babanki, 90% of our people them, they want freedom. During a time when they contest about the sovereignty of a state, any person who is side with the enemy for fight against their own people or for invite the enemy for fight against their people, he don't commit a high treason. The chief he done there for Yaoundé all this while because he chop for the same pot with the colonialism. We not get problem with any man where he get different opinion. But once you cross the line for support the enemy's action against our people, and you have become an active enabler who have chosen side in the middle of a war. All Ambazonian chiefs, traditional ruler, should stay away from taking side during war. If there is any side they should stand with, it should be the side of those who have been oppressed. The call for justice, and even the call for justice, should reflect the office of a traditional ruler. This should save all traditional rulers a lesson. There will be zero tolerance for anybody who stands and support Cameroon's brutal war of subjugation, given the known conduct of the Cameroon military, burning down the houses, seizing properties, raping women, killing babies, killing everybody along their way as much as they could. For any normal person to say he will support Cameroon military during the time of war or to invite the Cameroon military, that means you yourself, you have become a part of that Cameroon network that fights our people, and you should be treated as such. As soon as no fellow Ambazonian, I go to put out an official statement today as I announced them yesterday, and that will be coming shortly. And I want to explain for our people them the reason why I tell them say the organizations that had represent our struggle have become in a vegetative state. They can no longer make decisions because they are so partisan that all they want is to protect their base. They have a few people on Facebook that reshare their messages, and they care more about pleasing those people and having the acceptance of those militants rather than standing for the common interest of our people. And by such, they have become even out of touch with what is happening in ground zero. The ADF forces them. They don't block Alabukam. It don't go for a very long time, and this issue will never be resolved. They don't still make another announcement, say Alabukam area there, it could be blocked. The leadership of the Ague of Sea, which is out of touch, is not in control of those forces because most of our organizations in the diaspora, the leadership are afraid of the soldiers because they don't want soldiers to to reject them. They don't want soldiers to cut away from them. They are afraid that soldiers will not give them relevance. Instead of taking the strong positions to fight for what is good and push the soldiers to have the proper conduct, the soldiers are the ones taking decisions, sometimes even being manipulated by people who don't have the best of intentions for our struggle. So leadership, they don't talk, say, they get control, but they don't have any control. As a matter of fact, the boys on the ground, soldiers are now controlling the liberation movement instead of settled political heads making proper political decisions. Soldiers are taking decisions now in their hands. And what will happen is expected abuses and excesses, because when you hold gun, your psychology, it change. Your way of approaching things, it change because you be on alert, you be in the middle of a war. Our very own Mamidem, who will be talking me then Komogo strike. The first protest for inside Bamenda against La République du Cameroon will be organized. And that very Mamidem way will be come out. All man be glad for see how finally our Mamidem come out and get courage for go face the colonialism. That same our Mamidem now so. Now they suffer now for inside the roadblock. It never had any military gain for inside our struggle. But instead it put punishment on our people them. When I know say for inside Mami the way they come go harvest Njama harvest vegetable them. Where they come out for Bamenda. If you come out for Bamenda, you will need for pass na true barley. For go for farm, for go harvest small chop for can cook. Because vegetable they go cut on for farm, wara na bitali for unaweti. You go pay 2,000 from Bamenda. For instance, man konde pass na true barley now. Go for farm. One come back again, you pay 2,000 for bike you come. We people them you for come because you know if you pass through a lab come. So you go come up for old church, you pay 2,000, go for farm, because you motor need to go round, go through barley. You want come back again, you do the same thing. And all that mommy, the way they go for farm for this one, that they sell vegetable them for market, that they sustain the economic, it give them an unnecessary hardship. Even mommy, the way they carry stick for farm, say they don't want carry and go for fixed vegetable. We no life for our country. Things that be unbearable. Many of these type of things that happen, why? Because the leadership them way they for abroad, most of them they not be responsible of the actions on the ground. They just claim their name, but actually they are not responsible. And they don't respond to what happens on the ground because why? The important for them now for be relevant, for be on top. And this infighting, where groups they fight for dominance, it don't make them will not take any decision for the struggle if we help our people. And La Republic they gain the excesses that they only increase. Our people them they only be isolated and they revolt for the most part. And this must change. Sometimes we must take decision that is sometimes hard. We must pay some price at some time, but it must be reasonable, it must be rational, it must be proportional. But if we get a situation where no organization can take responsibility for their own soldiers until things will get out of hands, then we are in a deep trouble. Our people should not expect unity again. It will never happen. As I've explained to you people, our leadership or our people who have been in the diaspora presenting themselves as organization have never tried to create a real constituent organizations. Majority are just a few groups of people, friends, who call themselves as organizations, but they are not. We have seen them demonstrated that over and over again. I want to play some audio from the Ague of Sea spokesman and Dr. Chuayaba for help our people, not for hope, for hopelessness, but for be able to listen to sound decision that I will be putting forth that will help our struggle to move forward. This is just an example to show you the state of our liberation movement. When I be yes or for Canada, we will work together very well. It not be being a say some group we want for work with some other group. Now because now the international community bring we together. It not be a say we and Bazunia them be together because partisanship have paralyzed the various movements that we have in Ambazonia, especially those ones who rely on few Facebook militants to reshare things and stuff like that. So listen to this audio and it will help our people to move forward because it's very important. If we don't know the problem that we have, when people say that we should move forward, it will be difficult for our people to understand. Listen to Lucas Asu's presentation about the so-called AGOFC decided to pull away from the All-Ambazonian Conference. When I remember, say this conference, it will be enough to showcase the international community, so we'll get the mandate, we'll be one, and we'll be capable for negotiate. Now, themselves, they don't decide for withdraw. I want to listen for the explanation them.
For sit up, be honest, and tell ourselves the truth about which will help all we free ourselves. We get for stop for run around. We get for stop for repeat the same things and we don't try them, they don't fail. The same things and we they never ever work. For 7 years they never work. So the things that they never work, you know if you expect them, you know if you the place where all we come out. You know say unity is an important thing. All we believe say if Ambazonian people then they come together, the liberation will they will come, they will finish. We will defeat Cameroon quick. That one, not true. And leaders, truly, genuinely, come together, focus together. Not true say in the past, we don't call for conferences, Ambazonia as a meetup. To work on this thing, they call us unity and collaboration. To make our people they unite. Make our people come together. Make our people they work together. So that it will help to push Cameroon out of the land quickly. Don't learn over the last 7 years. Say most of 90% of all the conferences, what they don't call as Ambazonia, they come together. Not being manipulated. Not being at something where people they truly want unity and collaboration. They don't hijack some even the money where they raise them for the conference where people they come together. Take the money, they chop up.
So I want to make our people then listen for me very carefully, because you know go learn something twice. If they throw water for your skin, you need to enter like dog far way back. That means you get problem. So our people that need to listen. Now Lucas asked to this, Dr. Chua Yaba, a spokesman. It talks say time will organize meeting them together for group, referring to the Washington meeting where all Ambazonian leaders they become together, they will collect money, then share them. The way they share them, the egg of C will deny for take the money. It talks say the leader the way they will collect the money, they will chop them. With no evidence. But at the same time, you talk say collaboration, it will need collaboration for win. The same time, you accuse the other leader and say they run chop money without any evidence. Do I not be my trip to Boya or other evidence or no say evidence, they say people that run chop money. The same time where you talk say collaboration, it be important for we for win La Republic. The same time you talk say the other leader them on a bigara they will chop money. And Bazunia wanna listen for me very carefully, because I repeat the messages so that make it enter for our people that ear very well. Me they know why we need to abandon these group ideas for now. The one they won't know them so far, because they don't already fail our people them completely. They don't derail themselves, isolate themselves. Wanna listen?
So we don't leave the Ambazonian people there for a place where they be very frustrated, for a place where some not trust again, for a place where some they feel they be demoralized.
The lack of unity, it don't make our people, they don't lost trust for the organizations where them be. They don't lost trust, they don't be demoralized, as Lucas as we simply talk. So when we see the feeling for ground zero, make una no feel say it no be based on any reality. And make no soldier, they no fool you go knock some man because you feel say that man then become a black leg simply because say it feel say it don't begin lose hope for the leadership them or the organization the way they. When I listen very carefully, because I don't tell when I say our people they don't be isolated from this struggle by this groupism. So I want me gonna listen from Dr. Cho Ayaba his own mob.
Now an idea. Say people the way they get things the way they get them in common. They come together for work for something will be very specific. Collaboration, now 1, 2, or 3 people They get a common interest, they get common objectives, they get common outcomes, that they come together for put their resources, for put their expertise, for put.
So I'll go make a me be very short. In short, Lucas talk say for collaborate you need to get the same objective, the same other things them. Basically they accuse the other group, they say they don't get the same objective like the egg of C. Now only the egg of C stand for independence, according to ye. At the same time, you talk to many people that can't join with you. The same time, you talk to that people them, they know get the same objective as you.
90% of all Ambazonian liberation movement, they only exist on paper. You don't know the direction where they go. You don't know the purpose of their existence, but you want make all man come together. You want make all mankind unite. You want make all mankind collaborate. How collaboration will be possible when you not even know the direction of what some of this movement they stand for, what they be about? You don't even know. So your concept say all man must come together a be erroneous.
So we don't try things them, and we must be able to learn. When we make mistake or when people they manipulate, we supposed to be able to learn. Wait till we look at the talk. The spokesman for egg of Sina say 90% of Ambazonian organization and then are on paper. But at the same time, they talk say the one for unite with them. So if you feel say all man day for paper, then you talk say me they can't unite with you. How you do feel say they go can't unite with you where you talk say all them day for paper? We know say the truth na say all Ambazonian group then they support ground zero, they support all struggle them, all forces them. ADF forces them, they need to receive money not only for ADF, they receive it even for the IG care. They give money for other soldiers them. But it don't become now an issue where people they need to still give money them. Now for fight, they give money now for buy loyalty. So the egg of C, they claim say they engage soldier them. That same soldier, they need to chop not only for egg of C their hand. Now one thing I want me Ambazonia they know. So other group then they no get person where they don't put up a front way go gather group them for their own because they no get strong defense ideology. Or some of them they no fit do them the way other people they do them because the egg of C get some militant the way they did their own only for making share, reshare, blind followers, surrogacy. So wait till one me gonna understand now why I tell na say our liberation struggle or the various movements then there be in a vegetative state. When I listen for Dr. Cho, personally me talk when I hear.
Positive spirit and bring our people together, mobilize and increase the resistance. This was as far back I think as November.
It was in November, I remember.
Yes, I suggested the month of March so that because we were aware there will be the culmination of the talks in January. And I thought if we bring our people together, it will be an opportunity to build on the successes of collaboration during the Canada talks, to institutionalize some of the little victories and establish a framework for negotiation that is acceptable to others and agree on certain principles on how we can work together, mobilize resources. We had specific issues, especially ones that was a bilateral agreement between the AIG of C and the APLM, and one that was even suggested by the consortium on territorial, static territorial control. So there was real excitement. But the agenda for the talks became thwarted. Because I don't want to get into all the innuendos. Continuous delay gave the opportunists an opportunity to begin to call for counter conferences. We had inspired, motivated the Ambazonian people by announcing, even the announcement, you realize that since Canada, the leaders haven't gone out, right?
Yeah, you guys, you're always supposed to.
Yes, the other leaders.
You're always supposed to.
Especially the IG care. Especially the IG care has been the greatest obstacle to genuine collaboration and unity, and it has presented itself in building proxy alliances with SCNC and the consortium, and using all antics to somehow rebuild all of the factions that, the splinters, using all of those splinters to create a lot of negative atmosphere. Collaboration is as tough as negotiation.
So now the problem that way the egg of Sudan talks they will begin to do their thing them by themselves. So you have outside we need to be very realistic for all the problem way that happen for this was struggle, so that we be able to move forward. You don't call when Seseko declare independence, you blast them, say Seseko declare independence, we never be ready for fight. You must be so prepared. You don't go for instant negotiation, then you come out talk say you need to go for negotiation now when you be at a strong level. So you contradict yourself at every stage simply because say in the back of their mind they want for be saying that them go be or talk on top or nobody else. That is the problem we have. We lack the ability to support other people who are better or when they are better in one area or the other, unless that person is in our group. That is our biggest problem. You are collaborating with Dr. Ebenezer Akwanga, the APLM. The same time within the negotiation, you are saying that your officials are saying that he is working with La Republic. And then the same time you expect them to come up and show up when we gather. So my people, this is the state of our liberation struggle. People coming up pretending that they want unity when they don't want unity. My problem with the IG, which I've always explained, is the claim of exclusive power. We should forget about this propaganda that the government to create a government is wrong. For Ngodi Dinka created a government. The problem has never just been a government. The issue is claiming that exclusive power, which I have explained to Seseko, which he himself have said that they don't intend to do that, even though they project that. So we must be very honest with ourselves. You cannot be telling somebody that you want collaboration, and then you are not focusing on common areas, but you are there dismissing the person. If somebody is not in your group, everything he does is wrong. You can only clap when it is your own group or your own person. When people disagree with you or they don't support you, they go to their own group, you decide to call those people they are working for La Republic. Or those people will call you, you are working for La Republic. What this have created on the ground is a terrible situation where our forces have seen this hypocrisy and they are trying to play into it, and it has led to excesses on the ground that is unbearable to our people. So even they themselves are explaining that our people have become disheartened because of this disunity. And how can you ever have unity amongst group where you specialize in dismissing the other groups completely, outrightly, saying that you don't have anything to do with them, different objectives and everything? This is not criticism. All throughout, with my harsh criticism on the IG care, I've always said that there must be a strong organization because we are diverse people. There are certain group of constituency that Seseko have that you can never access them. Everybody have their own constituency. We must accept this diversity. At this stage, these our various groups that you see out there, the AIG of C, the IG, and all the other groups, they can no longer take decision to take responsibility of our struggle. They cannot, because they care more about their posturing. Like you have heard Dr. Chua Yaba said, he is now going to do it all by himself. He has withdrawn himself from all the other groups. This one is bad, and then he'll pinch and scratch Jomba Okoro here. Tomorrow it will be the same. The story will change. Today they are in collaboration with the APLM. Tomorrow, Ebenezer Akwanga is being caught in a negotiation, in meetings in negotiation as a traitor. Where are we going? Where are we going? We should be able to criticize groups based on facts. To start calling people they are not standing for independence because you don't want any other person. We have debate going on about referendum. Referendum is a good thing. We can criticize that it is a wrong approach. But now, anybody who have a wrong approach is working for La Republic. Everybody who disagree is working for La Republic. You are not standing for independence. You stand for public, you swear say Seseko no go ever lead Ambazonia. You swear say you go use your soldier them. Me they make sure say you no go ever lead. why. You never give the reason why. The same time, you go turn, talk say you want collaborate with you, need one stand for together with you for public. Our obsession on who will come up on top is destroying our roads to reach that place for our people. Our people have to know this, and we have to stop it. Wherever we have made mistake, we have to stop it for the sake of our people. But I'm very sure they want water for Dokfawi back. But the reason I'm putting this thing out there for our people is for them to understand that do not hope where no hope will come. No, nothing will come from that hope. These organizations are done. They are in a vegetative state. Look at Allah Bukam, the road they have blocked there. Do you think they will ever tell the soldiers to open it? Do you think they want that road to be blocked? They don't have control. What they seek is now relevant. A group of people, militants of the Ague of Sea, who reshare, they're specialized to reshare things. And according to them, they are seeking relevance and acceptance amongst themselves. When they agree on something, they think that automatically our people accept it. Or a group of people also in WhatsApp who specialize in criticizing and saying things within that milieu. And when they think that they dominate there, they think that actually it is the same thing on ground zero. Our people in ground zero have moved. And I'm telling our people not to continue to focus on these organizations until it reaches a point where they realize themselves, because organizations are very important in prosecuting this liberation movement. But right now, they have become obsolete. They have become the main problem. They are promising an Ambazonia of law and order and democracy and respect for human rights. But right now, what they are giving us is death, excesses on ground zero as a result of their own behavior. So what type of Ambazonia you expect them to give us if anybody who disagree with them is working for La Republique? If they will allow soldiers to do whatever they want, if they are going to give them relevance or power in so-called power, what different would that be from La Republique? This system have failed. These very organizations have failed. But they will not go away. They will continue to build in their own cocoon, where they will become master in their own bedroom. But we as a people, we must move forward with our liberation struggle. And that is exactly what I intend to do, to move our struggle forward. Because now, these groups cannot make any decision. They cannot even negotiate. When they bring them together, one person wants that they should come and meet them beside this other person want. Everybody is like that. That has to come to an end. In the same speech where you say independent unity is important for us to win La Republique, in that same speech, you are dismissing the idea of unity. So at the end of the day, it means that you are actually saying that you have put us in a situation where we are doomed to fail. If you are saying that without unity, we cannot win La Republique, and you are saying that you are going to go along without unity, how do you expect us to win? It means inadvertently you have actually said that we are going to follow. You are taking us to the grave. That is what you have said. So our people should know these things as we move forward. God bless you. Capo Daniel, signing off.